So, today we are gonna be continuing our run from yesterday in Tainted Grail Conquest. Just in case you're not familiar with the game yet, Tainted Grail Conquest is a dark fantasy deck builder roguelite RPG with dynamic map exploration, very pretty 3D graphics in a pretty dark style, and I'm liking the game a lot. So, what have we done so far? We did our first run. We started yesterday with our first run, did the tutorial, which is just one intro fight. Then we started exploring the area around our village, encountering some NPCs that we recruited to our village. These are kind of a permanent progression system. You add these people to your village and they provide services for you there. We also defeated a bunch of bosses, gained some resources for permanent upgrades as well. And yeah, we have explored 3 out of, I would assume, 4 areas. This is our village, looking pretty. We have the Master at Arms, where we can buy new cards or buy card removals. We have the Blacksmith, where we can buy and combine or upgrade or transmute runestones, which are basically our equipment. They slot into our weapon or armor and give us a variety of effects. Right now we are using a weapon rune that reduces the cost of 1 card in our hand by 1 at the start of our turn, so basically helps us with our energy management. And we have a rune that increases our max HP because we have a lot of healing, so we want to be able to make use of that. And we have a rune that deals additional damage at the end of each turn, which does synergize with some of the things we have. Here's the Lost Soul, where we can buy healing potions and just heal ourselves in general. And here's the Seamstress, where we can buy permanent stat upgrades if we have enough blood, which we currently don't. We only gained a little bit of it from the 3rd boss we defeated. But yeah, I'm gonna be excited visiting the what I think is the final area for now, at least. It's gonna be this one. Oh, there doesn't seem to be much to explore here. It just seems to straight lead to a boss. We don't have many weird candles left, which is what we use to explore. If we don't have one of those lit, then the weird that you can see distorts the area around us will apply some negative effects to us. Yeah, it's literally just a boss. Well, the Four Dweller Overlord. Okay, right into a boss fight at the start of the episode. Oh. It's the guy from the tutorial. Four Dweller. This enemy performs regular attack, buffs itself, and occasionally summons minions to its side. Except this one has a 4000 HP pool, which is quite a bit. Okay. 3 times 5 to 10. Our main defensive mechanic is block. Block absorbs a single hit, so we would have to block 3 times to not take any damage here. We have preparation, increasing our damage by 10% until the end of the combat. It's always nice. If not played, next turn gain 50% damage. That will also last until the end of combat, so that sounds really nice. deep breath, gain a block. Next turn, draw an additional card with its cost reduced by 1. We definitely use that. We have 5 energy on our first turn, thanks to a passive that we have, but after that we will only have 3 energy each turn. Let's block again. Pure Luck is an attack, deals 1 hit for 9 to 20 and gives us a block. But let's first reduce the enemy's armor. That will be permanently reduced, so they will take more damage for the rest of the fight. We are building our ultimate charges. Our block lasts until the next turn because of a passive we have, so even though it tells us otherwise, that is not correct. Okay, 4 times 2 to 5. That doesn't seem too bad. We have 1 block already. We don't have to block everything. We could also stun them. The last boss I fought was immune to damage while stunned. Yeah, we're gonna use a stunning shout. Stun all enemies with no or negative armor. This one does have negative armor, so... Storm of Blades or Skullcracker. Skullcracker is more damage. Storm of Blades does reduce the enemy's armor by more and gives us a lot of ultimate charges, so I'm gonna go for that. We have 1 more energy before we need to stun here, so I'm gonna go for the overhead swing for more armor reduction. And then I will stun you. Even though we could just take that damage to our barrier. Or even to our health, really. Draw a card. Okay. If the enemy is already stunned, more stuns won't add damage, won't add to the stun duration, they will only decrease their armor further. Which is good. It's so nice of them to put Gremlin Knob in this game too. Okay, this is my very hard-earned superpower card. Increase the damage you deal by 200% and gain 50% lifesteal this turn. This can heal us back up to full pretty easily. So I want to save that. Gain 1 block this turn, 1 block next turn. That's probably what we're gonna use. They are trying to debuff us. I can't stun this turn. So, well, we might find a stun. I'm gonna use the double block. I'm gonna use the Refreshing Breeze. Gain 1 energy but lose 25% damage this turn. I'm also gonna play the Broad Reach, so our next hit deals 100% more damage. And then I'm gonna redraw my hand. No stun. But we have a bunch of good damage cards. I want to throw out the small strikes to keep the vulnerability up on the enemy. And go for an advanced attack. And finally use my ability. That could just kill the boss right now. Didn't though, but we dealt significant damage. That's for sure. The vulnerability is only stacking higher and higher. They don't seem to be much of a challenge. They are buffing themselves now. Our damage has been decreased by 50% for a turn. That's not even that bad. That is a pretty tame debuff. Just trying to stack their vulnerable up. And this might finish them. Wow! The boss before that one
a single thought containing
was
a
much
million
harder.
words and images explodes in your mind.
They lied. Don't hate me, human. I bear you no ill will.
Before you can reply, he fades into the weirdness. Yeah, this boss was really easy compared to the last one.
Oh, that was brilliant. Really a sight for sore eyes. Finally, something's going according to plan. It's good to see that someone actually stood a chance against him. We might have a shot at surviving this whole crazy ordeal after all.
This supposed monster. It told me you lied.
Oh, curious.
The creature rolls his eyes.
Well, we might have. I mean, no, we didn't lie, but the whole truth has yet to be revealed, see? These things are complicated.
The creature fishes desperately in its pockets. What's the lie?
Okay, I guess we did promise to tell you more after you were finished with the 4 Guardians. There's a certain reality balancing thing happening here, you see. It's a story of a brave hero. That's you, fighting a monster which threatens the world. Yes, the one you just eliminated, but it's not only human reality that's broken. They, the 4 dwellers, have the same problem you have, and so he's actually living in the same story you are. Only in his version, he's the hero. And can you guess who the antagonist is? The point is simple. Your fight is an eternal struggle of good versus evil. Nobody can win, nobody can lose, because that would debalance the narrative, unless...
Huh. Unless what?
Unless one of you is brave and strong enough to get rid of the source of this corruption.
Creature offers you a patronizing stare.
I'm going to tell you how to summon the real enemy.
Step slightly from one hoof to the other.
From now on, you will be able to collect hearts of the Guardians after killing them. When you get all 3, you have to burn them at the menhir in your village instead of coming to fight this poor boy here. This is the only way. Kill 3 Guardians, take their hearts, and burn the hearts at the menhir. Simple enough, isn't it? Then good luck.
You could have told me this earlier. Hi, Red Rover, welcome. Victory. Lots of unlocks. Yeah, I'm really liking the game. It's very fun so far. Whew. That was a good run. Rewards unlocked. These cards and passives will be available over the course of your runs. Cosmetic items are added to your wardrobe, accessible via the seamstress. Pure luck. Wait, we already had that card. Raw power. Mark yourself or an enemy for this turn. Target's damage will be increased by 50% and armor reduced by 50. Mark yourself or an enemy for this turn. Target's damage will be increased by 50% and armor reduced by 50. So they deal 50% more damage, but they also take more damage. 50% more. It's 0 cost. Does seem interesting. Sacrificial Dagger. Offer 10% of your max HP. Gain 50% damage until the end of combat. That is an attack? Huh. Cards are unlocked during the run. Oh, so they're not unlocked at the end, but as soon as you gained enough score in theory to get them? Interesting. Freshness. At the start of each combat, duplicate your first attack type card. That can be quite potentially powerful. Cleaving. Add cleave to your ultimate ability. Okay, that kind of makes sense. New class, Summoner. Then we have Gravewalker's Protection. Gain 1 block and pick 1 card from Grave. Ascension, return 3. Ascension being every time you play it, raise the cost of this card by 1 this turn. Return, card stays in your hand after it was played. It can be played a limited number of times in a single turn. So it costs 1, then 2, then 3, and after you play it for 3, it's gone. And you gain yeah, the effect seems quite powerful, for sure. Makes sense that it gets more expensive each time you play it. It would even be good without the return at all. Raise the cost of the card by 1 this turn, okay. Desperate measures. Discard your hand. For each discarded card, heal for 5 HP and gain 1 armor until the end of combat. Pretty solid. We have seen this, I think, as well. That's a lot of healing, potentially. Blockade, gain 1 block, chain. Wow. With chain, that can be a lot of block for you. Chain multiplies the card's effect by the number of cards of the same type played in a row during this turn. So for every stance you play, that's for every stance you play, you gain 1 block. Yeah, that is just a ton of healing. It stays in your deck. It doesn't even exile or anything like that. You can just keep playing it over and over again and potentially heal to full in a fight that doesn't threaten you. Although it would cost you quite a bit of weird candles, I suppose. Damage against stunned enemies is doubled. Sardonic Wrath. Acceleration, whenever you kill an enemy, gain 10 ultimate charges. And damage against stunned enemies is nice. New class, Sentinel. And one more set of unlock, Stunning Blow. Try to stun the enemy, 50% chance, and deal 1 hit for 125 damage. Deals double damage to stunned enemies. I don't like it. It's potentially powerful, but yeah. Rearrangement. Draw 2 cards, their cost is reduced by 1. That seems really good. Hot Iron, deal 1 hit for 350% damage, but lose 10 HP. Well, if you want to use cards like that, then you will need a lot of healing, I guess. Whenever you kill an enemy, make all enemies vulnerable. That's okay, I suppose. The vulnerable will only last 1 turn. But, yeah. If you can carry the momentum in the turn that you kill an enemy, that can add up a lot. Can add up to a lot of damage. Initial impact. First hit in combat reduces target's armor by the amount of damage dealt until the end of combat. Very nice with other first attack during combat stuff. Other than that, maybe not that amazing. And the new class unlocked, the Pathfinder. We have 4 out of 7 villagers recruited. Slay the final boss. There is a secret boss fight you need to unlock. That is probably the thing we just learned with burning the 3 hearts of the Guardians. And soul save from corruption. You need to finish quests given by all NPCs that can be saved from corruption. You can check who has already found and saved on the next page or in your journal. Okay, and here we have the game progress. Wyrdhunter, we have 6 reforges discovered because we reached level 20. These seem to be fixed. You always get to choose from the same 3, I'd assume, if there are only 6. At level 10 the first 3 and at level 20 the second 3. We have 16 out of 32 passives discovered. There are quite a few left to find. Cards, 45 out of 92 cards discovered. These are not cards of the Wyrdhunter. These are cards from the Children of Morrigan, which includes 3 classes maybe? There's also the Moonring and the Watchers of Tuathan. So there are 3 factions, and these determine the cards you will get. Interesting. But the passives and ultimate ability passives and ultimate ability are different, I would assume. So the Sentinel is here and the Summoner is in the Moon Ring. We have 4 NPCs saved. The Blacksmith, the Seamstress, the Lost Soul and the Master of Arms. I know of one more. I know there is a Candle Maker. I found that one in my first run that I did off stream to check out the game. We discovered 4 out of 13 savable NPCs. The ones in my village are not part of this, okay. And we found a few regular NPCs. The goat, huh? Is one of them. Locations discovered 3 out of 20, milestone, training routes, armorer. And we have 5 out of 31 items found so far. Hi, thank you so much for playing Tainted Grail Conquest. We really hope you're enjoying yourself so far. And if you do, please consider leaving us a review on Steam or GOG. And as always, if you encountered any problems within the game, please let us know on our Discord or Steam forums. Really appreciate all feedback, and as we hope we proved over the course of our early access, we really take it seriously. Remember that this is not the end of the game, not by a long shot. Stay strong, patient, and have fun. Okay. Time to start over.